Okay, let's talk about asking for a raise. Just saying those words out loud can feel super intimidating, right? But here's the thing, it's a totally standard business conversation. And honestly, it's one that usually ends in your favor. So in this explainer, we are going to break down exactly how to nail it, from building your case to writing that perfect email. Let's get into it.
All right, first things first, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and talk about the biggest fear. What if they get mad? What if they take back the offer or even fire me? Well, take a deep breath because the data is clear. A whopping 87% of employers say they have never once pulled a job offer just because someone tried to negotiate. That fear is totally valid, but the reality is you're safe. Negotiating doesn't make you look greedy. It makes you look like a pro who knows their worth. So, here's our game plan. We're going to walk through 5 super simple, actionable steps. First, why it's so important to negotiate. Then, how to prep a winning case. We'll get into the exact email formula, what to do after you hit send, and finally, how to handle it if the answer is no. By the end, you'll have a clear roadmap. All right, section 1, why you should even be having this conversation. Well, the short answer is pretty simple, because it's a totally normal part of the professional world, and frankly, it really works. You gotta realize your manager isn't gonna be shocked when you bring this up. I mean, look at this. 73% of employers actually expect you to negotiate. They've probably already baked it into the budget. So you're not catching them off guard. You're actually meeting an expectation. And believe me, the impact is huge. When people negotiate, they see some serious gains. Now, as you can see here, while both men and women get a big boost, there's still a gap. And that right there is exactly why getting good at this is so important for everyone, to make sure you're advocating for your true market value. And hey, if you need just one more little nudge, check this out. Two-thirds of people who ask for more money are successful. Just think about that. The vast majority of people who actually do the work and start the conversation end up with a bigger paycheck. So yeah, the odds, they are absolutely in your favor. Okay, on to section 2. And honestly, this might be the most important part of this entire thing, preparing your case. Good prep work is what shifts the whole conversation from an emotional one to a business one. This is where we move from, I feel underpaid to, I have proven my value. I love this quote from HR consultant Anna Kalakfustin because it just nails it. Your request isn't about your rent going up or other personal expenses. It's a business case, pure and simple. The company invested in you, and now you're going to show them the incredible return on that investment. So how do you build that case? It really boils down to these 4 key steps. 1, you gather all your wins, the actual things you've done. 2, you do your homework and find out what the market is paying for your kind of role. 3, you decide on a specific number you're aiming for. And 4, you connect all your achievements back to what your boss and the company actually care about. This prep work is what will make you feel confident, not stressed. And when you're gathering those contributions, you have to get specific. Seriously, numbers are your new best friend here. Don't just say you helped on a project. No, you say you led the Q3 launch, which boosted user signups by 40%. See the difference? Quantifying your wins turns vague statements into hard, undeniable proof. I mean, look at this comparison. It says it all, right? The weak argument is all about feelings. It's easy to dismiss. But the strong one, that's about facts, data, and value. It demands a real conversation. That's the goal, to build that strong, data-backed business case. All right, here we go. Section 3. This is the main event, the actual email. We're going to break down a super simple professional formula you can use to start this conversation in a way that's clear, respectful, and most importantly, effective. And this advice here is spot on. Your manager's busy, right? A long, rambling email that just kind of hints at what you want is not helpful. A clear, direct message shows you respect their time, and it's way easier for them to act on. So let's break this email down step by step. Step 1, you start with appreciation and context. You're not kicking down the door with demands, you're opening a collaborative conversation. You want to kick things off by showing some appreciation or highlighting how much you enjoy your role. It just sets a really positive tone. So this could be something super simple, like, thank you again for all your support on that recent product launch. Or maybe, I've really enjoyed contributing to our team's growth over this past year. It's a warm, simple start that grounds the whole thing in shared success. Okay, so you've set a nice positive tone. Now, step 2, the direct ask. Don't bury the lead, as they say. You need to just clearly and calmly state why you're writing.
This way, your manager knows exactly what this is about from the get-go. No confusion, no guesswork. And you can use phrases just like these. Something like, I'd like to schedule a time to discuss a salary adjustment in light of my recent contributions. It's polite, it's professional, and it leaves zero doubt about what you want to talk about. And finally, step 3. This is where you bring it all home. You're going to briefly mention your top 3 to 5 wins, that powerful, quantified evidence you already prepared, and then you give a clear call to action, which is usually just asking to schedule a meeting to talk more. So your closing could sound something like this. Based on these results and my market research, I'd like to discuss an adjustment in the 8 to 12% range. Could we find 20 minutes next week to talk this through? Bam, you've made your case and you've proposed the next step. Clean and simple. Whew, okay, you did it. You hit send. So now what? Section 4 is all about what happens next. Because let's be real, the silence after you send that email can be deafening. But remember, silence doesn't mean no. It usually just means your manager is busy or thinking or talking to their own boss.
Here's a really simple, totally professional timeline to follow. If you don't hear back after about 3 business days, it's fine to send a gentle check-in. Just a quick, hey, just wanted to follow up, know you're busy. If it's been a week or more, you can be a little more direct and ask about timing. This keeps the ball rolling without being pushy.
All right, let's talk about the other big elephant in the room. What if they say no? First off, a no today doesn't mean no forever. In this section, we're going to reframe that no from a dead end into the start of a new, really productive conversation about your future.
Your reaction in that exact moment is everything. The key is to stay calm and professional. Then you pivot. You ask a collaborative question, something like, I understand. Can you help me understand what I'd need to accomplish to get to a yes in the future? This literally turns a rejection into a roadmap. You can agree on clear goals and even set a date, say 90 days from now, to talk about it again.
And hey, don't forget, salary isn't the only thing you can negotiate. If the budget for a base pay raise just isn't there, it's time to get creative. You can ask for things like performance bonuses, more vacation days, a budget for classes or certifications, or even a title change. All of these things have real value and are often way easier for a company to say yes to. So at the end of the day, this whole thing, it's not a confrontation. It's just a structured, professional conversation about the value that you bring to the table. You've seen the proof that it works. You have the exact formula for the email, and now you know how to handle every step of the process. So I guess the only question left is, are you ready to start that conversation?